So you know that Bernie Sanders he submitted the amendment to make drug importation from Canada legal, because right now they passed a law, it's illegal. And you know that it was a bunch of corporate Democrats that killed that bill. So right now, we could be getting drugs the same price Canada does. Imagine that. Do we have that kind of power as a country? Can we actually are we strong enough as a country to negotiate with pharmaceutical companies to get our drug prices halved like Canada does? Are we savvy enough? No. Turns out no, because the corporations are savvier than the people, and the corporations bought our politicians to say, no, you have to pay twice as much for your medicine as Canada does. And we got these senators to go along with us. Cory Booker.
Yeah, who has the balls to show up supporting Planned Parenthood at a march right after he casted that vote.
Yeah, he's a corporate pig. So, Bernie Sanders, turns out the Democrats, so you think they would go, oh man, I guess we got to start being more progressive and stuff. And the people are really with Bernie Sanders on this. And hey, maybe we should have two parties instead of just one corporate party. Hey, maybe I guess things are changing. The ground's moving underneath our feet. People are waking up. And Donald Trump was the worst thing that could happen to these corporate Democrats because now everyone's paying attention to us. You think that's what they would do? You think that's a rational reaction to a Bernie Sanders campaign and them being wiped out, meaning the Democrats wiped out electorally at the state level and at the federal level, wiped out. You think that's a rational response, but here's their real response. This is from the Hill. Chuck Schumer tries to keep the peace as Sanders speaks out. You ready? As he speaks out? Ready for this? Sanders' colleagues complained about an interview he gave to USA Today, a newspaper with the nation's third highest circulation, in which he said some Democrats lacked guts because they were unwilling to stand up to the Pharmaceutical Research and Manufacturers of America, one of the most influential associations in the nation's capital. Yeah, so they're upset that he's telling the truth about them. He's upset. Hey, Bernie Sanders is talking to a newspaper and telling people what the problem is. You know that's impolite. You know he's exposing it. Well, he said it was just disappointing that 13 Senate Democrats didn't, quote, stand up to powerful special interests like the pharmaceutical industry. Now, that's a gaffe. As you know, what a gaffe is in Washington is when a politician tells the truth, usually accidentally, except Bernie was doing it on purpose. So that's a gaffe. So now they had to have a meeting. Chuck Schumer had to have, that caused such problems. They had to have a meeting because of this guy, this Bernie Sanders, screwing shit up for us.
You know, the best part is if the meeting starting with Chuck Schumer going up to Bernie and being like, look, the DNC and everybody's been really great to you.
Ha! One lawmaker described the atmosphere in the room as frustrated. Frustrated. Oh, this Bernie Sanders, he's doing stuff that's popular with the American people. He's introducing bills that would actually help people in a huge way. This is very frustrating for us. Think about this. Think about that. It's very frustrating for Bernie Sanders to be going around pointing out what the problem is and why we lost to fucking Trump and why we're wiped out. It's really frustrating when a guy accurately diagnoses our problem and then tells newspapers what it is, and meaning the people. Bernie Sanders is telling the people what's wrong with with our government, and that has got to stop. Chuck, call a meeting. So Chuck Schumer calls a meeting. His public comments were especially offensive because Schumer tapped Sanders to serve on his leadership team in November, appointing him to serve as chairman of Outreach. Quote, you cannot do that if you're in the leadership, said one senator who did not approve of Sanders' tactics and requested anonymity to speak frankly. You cannot do that if you're in leadership, I'll say anonymously.
Fuck you.
What a profile and courage for that guy, for that senator. Hey, you got to stop this, I'm saying in the dark shadows.
You have to stop being Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
What the fuck did they? Why did they give him that leadership position then?
Chuck Schumer gave him that leadership position because the Democrats are wiped out and they realize that all the energy in the party is with the progressives.
And now that you're here, stop giving them a platform to get behind.
Yes.
You might do your job.
Exactly. Democratic sources say Chuck Schumer convened the meeting not only to solve rankled feelings, not only to salve rankled feelings, but also to send a message to the Vermont senator. Play nice with others.
Wow.
Hey, play nice with others. You know what playing nice with others gets you? Donald Trump president. That's what playing nice with others got you. You know what playing nice with others got you? Wiped out in the Congress. You know what it got you in the Senate? Wiped out. You know what it got you in the state houses? Wiped out. You know what it got you in the governorships across the country? Wiped out. That's what playing nice with other corporate... Because they exactly what we've been saying. Because they don't give a fuck if they lose to Republicans. They'd rather lose to a Republican than let a progressive take over and take their corporate gravy train away. That's why. That's what this is. They don't give a shit that they just lost to Trump. Does it sound like they give a shit? They don't give a shit. Because they kept their cohesive structure in place. Tom Perez is going to be the DNC chairman. It's all going to keep going, baby. Sanders declined to comment on the meeting when asked about it by The Hill, but noted that he is working with colleagues on new legislation intended to reduce drug costs, and he plans to introduce it soon. However, sources say he seemed chastened afterward. One Democratic senator said Sanders kept relatively quiet at the next two caucus meetings, where he is usually a voluble presence. It's good to see that they're quieting, they're kicking the enthusiasm out of the one guy who has anybody giving a shit about him. So that's it. That's from Bernie Sanders. Hey, Bernie, calm down. Keep it down. Let people who know how to win, like Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, let us take care of things. We know how to win. You just lost everything to Donald Trump. Yeah. That's not important. The important thing is we're insiders. And we don't make fun of each other, okay? Or embarrass each other, okay? Even when we're screwing over the American public. That's the important thing.
And it's everybody else's fault. It wasn't us.
Yeah, it is everybody else's fault. And it's definitely Bernie Sanders' fault for introducing that bill to save Americans millions and billions of dollars on drugs. It's his fault for doing that because that embarrasses the corporate Democrats. That's literally what they fucking are saying. Good on you, Bernie. I think Bernie needs to start a third party and really stick it to these motherfuckers and make them come left. And that's why I'm going to be talking with Nick Brana soon, and we're going to see what we can do about that. Hey, the next live Jimmy Dore show is March 4th. That's a Saturday. Get your tickets right below. The next one after that is March 20th. The shows sell out really fast, so get your tickets right now. Links right there.